Caroline Kennedy has stopped by our platform, and obviously, Caroline, first of all, good to see you. Sorry it took so long to get your earpiece in. Stan was working feverishly, but you know, this has got to be such an emotional night for you. I thought about you up there and wondered if you felt like crying when you were talking about your uncle, because I know he's going through a very difficult time.
Well, I think, you know, he's so inspiring, and I think for all the just to be here meant so much to me, and I think to all the members of our family, and to watch him up there was just so great.
How's he doing?
He's, well, I mean, you saw him tonight. He's, you know, he's doing unbelievably. I mean, you know, what it took for him to get here was something that I never thought I'd see in my life. So, but he's been working all summer. He's, you know, on the phone all the time. He's passed his education bill. He's planning to go back to the Senate. So I think there was nothing that would keep him away. But
I know he had surgery to remove as much of the tumor as doctors could earlier this year, I guess in June. And he's undergoing treatment now. Is he going through chemotherapy and radiation and things like that? Is that something you feel comfortable even discussing with me? I don't want to be too intrusive, obviously.
Yeah. No, I'm not, you know, really going to talk about his medical stuff, but it is, you know, it's a tough course of treatment, and it's a tough battle, and he's been unbelievable. He's, you know, he's just out there every day sailing, working, all the things he loves, and kind of setting an example for all of us.
Meanwhile, you're an ardent supporter of Barack Obama. You came out supporting him in an editorial in the New York Times, which I believe had the heading, "A President Like My Father." You talked a little bit about that, about his ability to inspire people the way people have told you your father inspired them, or to inspire you that way. Did you have any hesitation about doing that? Certainly you have had a close association with the Clintons as well. Was that a hard decision at all?
Well, I admire Senator Clinton, President Clinton tremendously, and I really felt watching my own kids and other kids.
I heard your kids were very instrumental in convincing you to support
you know, I obey my kids all the time.
Don't we all?
Yeah, exactly. But you know, sometimes kids are, you know, ahead of us all, and I think that they and others, and reading the books and listening to him speak, I think this is really a special time. This is really a special moment, and I think you know, people just have to put aside their plans, and we're so fortunate to have him, you know, hopefully become our next president, and I'm confident that he will.
Now, you played a huge role, Caroline, in the vice presidential selection process. You were the co-head, I guess. Is that what your official title was? But tell me what that entailed, and tell me a little bit about what that was like and why, and if you said to Senator Obama, Joe Biden's your guy.
Well, first of all, I think Senator Biden is just going to make a fantastic vice president, a fantastic campaigner, and I think Senator Obama was really looking for somebody with independent judgment, respected around the world, fighting for people here at home throughout his career. So I think we were all lucky that we got somebody as great as Joe Biden to take it on. I think for me it was really a wonderful experience. It was an honor to be asked, but also it was a chance to see Senator Obama work in a small group. Obviously, we've seen him do these big speeches and how inspiring he is, but it was really the kind of questions he asks, the way he brings people together, the judgment, the intelligence. So I think that gave me a whole new sense of confidence and inspiration.
I know you're probably sick of these questions, but was it a bit of a diss to Hillary Clinton to not even kind of go through the vetting process, as has been reported, or is that not true? Was she considered? Did you all ask for paperwork? I mean, some people say it was sort of a common courtesy to her that you would at least review her as a possibility. Can you set the record straight on that, Caroline?
Well, I'm not going to talk about the process, but I'll just say that it was thorough, and you know, and I think it ended up great.
Well, that was a real non-answer. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, let me ask you finally, you know, there was a lot of discussion about the Kennedy dynasty tonight and about your entire family and what they have meant to this country. And I'm just curious if you do ever feel any pressure. I know you're very shy.
Are you going to ask me if I'm going to run for office by any chance? Is that where you're going with this question?
What do you think?
I mean, you know, it's incredible. You're just so creative with this whole kind of thing here.
But I think people do, well, maybe if you have any renewed interest in going into political office. I mean, you already are in public service, but because of Teddy's illness and because of the era sort of coming to a close, I'm just wondering if you feel any kind of responsibility at all, or do you feel completely comfortable with the path you've taken?
Well, I don't make a lot of long-range plans, so, but I don't think Teddy is, his era is coming to
No,
a
I don't mean
close.
that,
So,
but I just mean the generation of Kennedys.
I think that, you know, for me, I mean, I think one of the great things that came out of that film was that there are so many ways to contribute. So I hope that I am making a contribution, and I hope that I'll continue to do that. And I don't know how I'll do it, but I'll work as hard as I can.
Would you maybe like a role in an Obama administration of some kind, possibly? I don't know. Is that something you've thought about?
Well, I haven't. As I said, I'm, you know, really was getting here tonight, and hopefully I'll do everything I can to help him get elected this November. So I'm looking forward to that.
Well, you did a great job tonight.
Thank you.
And it's good to talk to you, Caroline. Thanks so much for coming by.